The following podcast has been brought to you by Audible.com. Sign up now using the URL audibletrial.com/TTV to get a free audiobook of your choosing. We recommend Brick by Brick, How LEGO Rewrote the Rules of Innovation and Conquered the Global Toy Industry. You may recognize this as one of the sources we use in our show, Bionicle Autopsy. Remember, that's audibletrial.com/TTV. Enjoy the show. So guys, I got some pretty sweet new socks in the mail.
Oh my gosh.
Please. Please.
Hello everybody and welcome to the TTV Podcast, episode 173.
Mardi Gras!
Yay!
Nice.
How's it going, everybody?
Mardi Gras.
Wow, that was delayed.
Oh, sorry. It's call lag.
Yeah,
Oh, you better shut up.
no, there was
You
some
better shut
lag.
up right
There was
now.
some lag.
Should you
Excuse
keep
Excuses.
I don't even like couscous.
Should you keep
Mardi
Never
Gras.
had couscous.
I don't even know what that is. Well,
Yeah.
actually, no, that's not true. I know
Well,
what it is.
I've heard of it, never
It's
had
like
it.
it's like rice, I guess, or like noodles or something, but it's like in ball shape. They're tiny little balls.
Interesting. No,
Yeah.
I cannot say I've ever had that.
It's
Yeah,
like
I mean,
rice,
you
but
can-
with it's like I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's like rice, but it's just
Yeah.
like it's balled rice, I guess, like
It's
little rice balls.
It's spherical.
It's spherical.
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 What the heck?
Violent
It's
this
a Drake and
morning,
Josh
aren't we?
joke.
The violence is real.
Yeah.
Everybody's on
Come on,
edge.
guys, Drake and Josh.
Yeah, I got that
It's a
reference.
living
Don't say
room.
Drake in my presence.
It's a living room. You're living.
I'm about sick and dead of Drake playing this stupid stuff on the radio, and these guys are like, no copyrighted music. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. These guys have been trolling me for like weeks on Hotline Bling.
It has been hilarious, let me tell you.
No, don't say that. Don't say that, because then all our comments are gonna be like Hotline Bling. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, like, where's the Drake,
I mean-
Drakean wiki?
I mean, at least
It's gonna
with,
be like those vines where it's
Come
like
on,
chucking our
though.
masks.
at least with the other thing, we were like, oh, he really doesn't like this, but this is funny.
That's only because we're like torturing him with it.
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
it's only because
some
we're
people
doing it.
found
In our
so
comments, it's not
funny.
gonna be funny. Oh, but guys, just because we made a joke once means that we're no longer like that rule no longer applies, right? No, you can totally do it now.
Oh yeah, no, that's not how that works at all.
No, it's not how it works.
Don't make that joke. Actually, you know what? Just don't leave a comment at all. Yeah, you know what? Actually, don't watch your videos. Just unsubscribe right now.
Whoa, hang on, wait. No.
Okay.
I hate all my fans.
You don't have to listen to VAR here. There's plenty of other good people here.
Yeah, like
Can
me.
entertain you.
I have to wonder if like there's like I get there has to be. There's got to be a fan out there that like listens to me saying I hate my fans, and like they're just like that VAR guy is a total prick. I can't believe he hates us.
Yeah.
There has to be at least one
that
person.
Was me.
There's got to be at least one person who actually
That
thinks
was
I'm
me.
serious. What?
Really?
I
when
never
I
even
was a
made the
fan.
I hate my fans joke when you were a fan.
I remember you were like, actually, yeah, you're right.
Wow, Viper.
Viper, no! Viper,
I
commit to it.
Pulling crap out of your butt. That's what you're doing.
Oh, I really think
completely
that
made that
ball
up.
guy's a joke.
I do remember
Oh,
someone
yeah, I
saying
totally
something
felt
and
that
me
way,
being
too.
like, you make
But I
me
never did
upset,
it.
whoever you are.
Yeah, you're right.
I just maybe you're
I
just
was a
easily
really
upset.
sensitive child.
You're still easily sensitive.
I was about
I'm
to
so
say.
easily triggered. Yeah.
You're super triggered by
Yeah.
socks.
So,
I'm so triggered that I'm AVAC.
Triggered.
Lamar.
Triggered.
Well, hey, let's just let's go ahead and introduce ourselves.
Hey,
What are you talking about, Meso?
I'm Messina.
I'm Vardaran.
I'm LJ.
I'm Kahi.
I'm Venom.
I'm Viper.
And this is TTV 173.
Mardi
I
Gras.
love-
You sounded
I
so
love it when
hesitant
we-
there, Viper. You're like, I'm
And
Viper.
I'm Viper.
I love it when we have an
I'm
episode
Viper.
name that ends in 3 because it rhymes and it's absolutely wonderful.
TTV 173. Wait, is it actually 173 this time? Are we right about this number?
It is. It is.
Nah,
173.
it's 168 for sure.
I mean, it could be like 183 and not
No, it's
173.
it's
Could be
173.
Yeah, who
666.
freaking what? Freaking 149. You kidding me? We made so many references to it being 149 too. Couldn't leave it alone.
It was great. It was
It wasn't even a 9 episode, wasn't it?
No, it was.
It was 69 or something.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. We're getting dangerously close. Not dangerously, but like we're getting precariously close to our 200th episode.
That's insane.
It's coming up. Viper, which episode was your first episode?
Episode 80.
Man, you knew that.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
it wasn't
We're
like
close.
80. I wasn't sure if it was 80 on the dot, but it was around the early 80 mark.
Wait a minute.
It was the
I
one
think
where
we
we
made
talked
this
about the
comment
Amazing
off
Spider-Man.
air, but like it's really strange that Viper has been on TTV for like more than double its official
Yeah,
lifespan.
you have been Viper. Think of it this way: you have been on TTV longer than you have been off of it.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, isn't that something to think about?
That
Yeah.
makes logical sense, and it makes me irrationally angry.
Well, good for you.
So you too, LJ. You've been on TTV longer than you
Good for you, buddy.
I have. I didn't
It's like-
know.
Well, it's because like we had that dark age. We started in 2010, but there was like a year where we did nothing.
yeah.
That's why.
That was the year of Biocraft. That's all we ever did, and we didn't.
That was
that-
the
that-
year.
that-
that
BZ
was the
Power
year
went
where
down.
LJ was irrigating the fields with his
It was the
tears.
year where BZP went rip
Irrigation.
and we did Biocraft. So
Yeah, I
like,
remember
really, it's
that.
been 4 years, and then there was also a year where we did the podcast, but due to like interpersonal drama, we like lost like months worth of episods. That set
is
us
probably
back.
it. You know what? I remember like going back and wanting to see which episode was I on. You know how early of an episode do I get? And I went to the earliest one we have on YouTube is episode 17, and I was like, I probably came in like the 30s or something. I remember, yeah, it was probably one of the 30s. And I was in episode 17, and it's the Toa Recon theme, which is like I was like, whoa, because I was definitely there when we had the original. What was it called? I forget.
Time
the name
Consumer.
Of it. Time Consumer. And so like I was looking up on iTunes, I couldn't find it, but I wanted to see what my first episode was. But it's earlier than 17, which surprised me. I was sure I was like, but yeah, it
Yeah,
might
no,
have been
we
single
were
digits.
definitely lost like 20 or so episodes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty ridiculous.
Uh,
But hey, we're almost to 200, and we won't hit it this year, obviously, unless we
Yeah.
just like do
Now,
one a day.
another thing regarding Viper is not only has she been here for almost a full 100 episodes, but she's also been here for almost a full 2 years.
Not almost. She's been here for
Yeah.
over
She
2
has been
years.
here. We
Oh,
hit
really?
the 2-year
Okay, see,
anniversary.
you guys figured out when she got here while I wasn't around, so I don't really know.
Yeah.
You see, I have a message from Meso when I first sent in my casting application.
What is
And
it?
it was like, oh, come talk to us, your interview will be on this time, this date, blah, blah, blah.
What's the date?
Yeah,
What's the date?
that was on my old phone, and it had a date, so I
remember the
believe
date?
it was
So,
late
so what you're
November,
saying is
early
you don't
December.
remember it.
Yeah.
Early December. Yeah, then that
No,
means
we it was like you sent us. We were looking at this last night too. You sent us a YouTube message.
Yeah, and it was...
Actually, do you remember? We were looking at this
Yes, I
YouTube
do.
message the other day because we were like, oh, it's about Viper's 2-year anniversary. Let's see the message he sent. And
it's so
Oh, boy.
bad, the application.
your application was very bad.
I remember my favorite part about
And
your
yet
application
somehow we still allowed you in.
was when you mentioned that your time zone was Britain.
England. This is my
My
time,
time
zone.
zone
Is
is England.
My time zone is England.
Yeah.
Come on!
Ah, gee Williker, my time zone is Canada.
No, it was okay. That's an unfair
time
thing because
zone's
Canada
America.
actually
No,
had
that's
multiple
totally
time zones.
fair though.
It's kind of fair, but no, I see where Kali's coming from too. Because,
Yeah.
like
Canada's
there's
a
only one time zone.
country.
Yeah, if I say like
Yeah.
my time zone's Virginia, there's only one time zone in Virginia. But if I say, hey, my time zone's in Russia, there's several time zones in Russia, so
Yeah.
that doesn't help at all.
Yeah, that's
It was like it's kind of funny looking back on it because Viper, your application was pretty.
It was bad.
It was
It
yeah,
was pretty
it
bootleg.
wasn't great.
It was
It
pretty
like
bootleg.
I spelt like CU with a C and a
oh
U.
my goodness.
It's like one of the, you just sent that application in at the right time because any other time I'm not sure if we would have even given you that.
Yeah, you were
would've
still
given
time
me
of
the
day.
light
You
of
sent
day.
that in during the window where we still let people in because we just liked people.
Yep,
Yeah.
we got lucky.
Yeah.
You,
I mean, it was
you basically just wanted a female cast member and that like games. So I was just like, I like
Yeah, we're like,
games
yeah.
and I'm female.
Basically.
Let's
And
do
you're like-
this.
we're like,
Literally,
oh, yeah,
what you
you
had
like
to say to
Bionicle?
lock the deal was, I play Halo. And I was like, okay, well.
Oh yeah, well,
Here we
yeah,
go.
we might get into that. And
Wow.
I mean, we had a never. I remember we like it switched so badly too because on your thing you're like, well, my schedule's pretty busy because my time zone's
Yes.
England, and you're like, oh, I won't
yet
be able.
you're
to,
here
I'll
all
be
the
I'll be
time.
I'll be on
If not,
maybe
maybe too
holidays
much.
and Saturdays. And you're like, well, I guess you can be on for the podcast. And this other girl,
remember this.
This other girl was like, oh yeah, no, I can be on all the time. And we're like, well, she wrote.
It was between you and some other girl.
Yeah.
And yeah, because I remember like the other girl from reading the application, we were like, yeah, this is probably the one we're gonna pick because like she was free all the time, she played games, she already had like a YouTube channel, that kind of thing. And then here are you, Miss C with the letter
Miss
C.
C
You later.
and
I'm
you.
in England time.
You didn't
I
even
love
have a
video
Skype.
games.
You didn't even have a Skype account at that time. You had to make a Skype account to talk to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to
And-
make
but-
Skype because I'd never, touched Skype either.
Yeah, and then we got in a call with you, and it was like, well,
Easy.
bye, other girl.
Yeah, it was like easy. And like the other girl also was like, yeah.
I charmed
easy.
you with my English accent. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
pretty much.
British.
You
Oh.
did. I remember like when we had our interview, I was actually at work and I took a break off work to talk to you for like half an hour, and I only had a 15-minute break.
That's because you have a
And then we
weird
played
obsession with
Tetris
British
Friends.
people.
Yep.
Oh,
Tetris.
man.
I
Tetris
also
Friends.
wanted to talk to the person we're gonna hire.
Nah,
Yeah, that's true.
That's it's not like
it,
the thing where it's like, oh wow, yeah.
It seems to be a common trend whenever like someone actually gets hired into TTV. It's usually like they just happen to be there at the right time, kind of thing. Like even with like our new hirees, like Purple Dragon and AT, which by the way we haven't officially announced on air
The podcast,
just
yeah.
yet.
Yes.
so,
We'll do it.
Yes.
As soon as
So
you're
We're talking
done.
about
everybody listening in, we've actually expanded the family a little bit. We've got some new people that we brought in. We got Jake, Mind Over Mind, who's been helping us with the editing stuff. You've probably seen his work because he's been helping us edit the top 10 videos.
Yep.
He's been working on that since like around August. He's been with us for a long time. So we're only just now finally getting all the official paperwork done and
We're
settled.
finally
and-
pulling over the curtain.
Yeah, pulling over the curtain. And we got Avoca Tamer too, who was a friend of Takuma's that we brought in to help edit the audio side of things. He's been working on TTV Talks. And then the most recent hiree was Purple Dragon, which if you're on the message boards, I'm sure you guys have definitely...
Or if you just listen to the
definitely
last
recognized him.
Definitely
podcast.
Or,
stumbled
yeah, or if you
across.
listen to the last like 3 podcasts where we've done nothing except like
Gush.
just like
gush
her
over
artwork.
the
drool,
fan art.
yeah, gush and drool over her artwork.
Yeah.
We brought Purple Dragon onto the team to help us out with product design and graphic design
Yeah,
and all that kind of
artwork
stuff.
and
So,
things like that.
yeah,
Most
So-
right now it's product design. Yeah.
right now it's product design. So yeah, we hired Purple out of the community. So that's something that's been really really cool. I personally hope to do that more often. I think it's a really cool
I
thing.
think it's a really
I'd
good.
love to
good-
be able
good
to.
thing to be able to like look and see like what's needed in the community and who's doing stuff already, because that's the best indication. A lot of people will be like, hey, I want to be a cast member. I want to be on the podcast, and we have to be like, all right, well, we need to see you do stuff. We can't just take your word
Yeah.
for it. You can
I-
type, I have a good voice, all you like, but
Yeah, one thing I really do like is that I like talking to new people.
I did.
Like,
I
there's
that
something about talking to it's like that mystery of not knowing someone, and you're
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, oh, hello there.
Honestly, it's
yeah.
hilarious thinking about our last 2 conversations with Purple Dragon, like last night and the night before, and we're like just hanging out. Because that first conversation we had with Purple was the most awkward conversation.
we did.
To be like business tryhards.
Yeah, we were trying to be like the business tryhards. We got in the call, we were like, all right, Purple, well, this is going to be your contract and like your hours and what we expect out of you in this role. But we were so like nervous and like caught off guard and just like all like, this is
Oh,
what
you
we
guys are so
want
cute.
you to do.
Remember that one time where you were talking to either one of them, and I came in and was like, "Hi guys, how you going?"
Yeah, okay, Viper, like you jumped right in the middle of an interview and you just started like joking around. I'm like, Viper.
Yeah, I was
get
like,
out of
"Sorry
here."
sorry guys, I really like to blow my nose."
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't remember
okay,
that.
hi, how are you?
I forget who it was. I think it was a Voca Tamer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I
Oh,
think
it was
it
Avoca Tamer. Oh, we got that.
And I
Amazing.
was like, Viper. I'm like, sorry.
we're trying to have a business meeting and freaking Viper comes in. I swear.
But I just imagine like actualizing it in a real situation, like you're sat in this conference room and you're all sat with
Like
the
it's
papers
Yeah, we're all
and the
dressed
contracts.
in suits or something, and Viper
And I
comes
like
in and
walk
she's
in
like,
in like a hoodie and some tracky bottoms and a Kleenex box, and I'm like, "Hi, how's it going?"
What's this big red? I'm sorry.
Blah, blah,
You have a bit of a Freudian slip there, Ben?
Oh, jeez, I don't know. Maybe it's too early in the morning. I didn't get that much sleep last night.
None of us got any sleep, dude.
You and
None
me
of us
both.
got-
Alright, so
we were up all night
we've
talking
had
to
some
Purple.
fun. Like we've had some pretty great after Hyrie parties recently. Like we've come together and we had a huge one with every single member that worked at this company yesterday.
We had a nice call with every employee of the company. So
yeah,
far. that was really cool.
that was really nice.
That's not something we have all the time, so that was really nice to have.
Yeah.
The,
Let's
the
start
call
doing that
went
more
on
often.
for so long, I fell asleep.
No,
I
we
was just
all
like,
the
I
call
just
went
switched
so
to
long we
mobile,
should have
guys.
fallen asleep.
I just enjoyed like playing hardcore competitive Tetris with Purple.
Oh my
and
gosh.
Everybody all night. That was great.
That was a great idea.
that was a
that-
great way to introduce Purple. to the
That
group.
is part of the TTV group
That is the part of
initiation.
the initiation.
Is playing
Basically.
stinking hardcore competitive Tetris. That's how we know you.
Yeah,
And
we always
Arcanate,
put like
and
TetrisFriends.com.
Arcanist.
We put like PvP Tetris, and it's great. It's one of my favorite things to do.
You see, unfortunately, it's called TetrisFriends.com.
No,
By the end of
it's
the night,
all you do is make
won't be
enemies.
friends. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
It's a very it's like a misnomer title there. It's not
Yeah,
quite
it's
accurate.
like it's like Cluedo, but it's like who did it instead of who did it. It's who sent that tornado.
Yeah, oh, the tornado's the worst.
Seriously.
Who sent it?
Who sent the tornado? I
I
know
mean,
who did it.
thankfully-
Do you?
I'll take your blood.
And then like we all like team up on each other to like kill a certain person, like LJ. I mean,
I swear, Meso, I'm gonna
Okay.
stick
that's
by
just
that.
crazy talk.
That
LJ, I was in this call before you joined this call, which by the way, LJ was late. Everybody, 7 minutes late.
yes, I was late.
This is new.
Anyway, I was in this call asking anybody you guys know last time we were playing Tetris. Did any of you actually team up on LJ? Everyone said no.
No,
I
I-
just
No
tried
one
to
teamed
win.
up
Literally,
on you.
I don't look at who I'm targeting. I
I
can't
don't
do
look at
that.
who I'm targeting either. I just send them out.
I do. I've definitely
Literally.
said. I've definitely said
I guess it
blocks
was
to
like a circumstantial thing because the
Yeah, it was just,
circumstances
like, poor
surrounding it made me think it, and I was like, it seems too coincidental.
Honestly, didn't know that you could send things to people.
How have you been playing the game for this? No, okay, fine.
That's, I mean, yeah, I'm surprised you didn't know that, Viper.
You're
I mean, it's
still
just-
new here.
I guess so. After 2 years, it has no fun to
Well,
play
you know,
Tetris.
we've only played Tetris Friend like 3 times.
Yeah.
We
so...
really don't play that often.
Yeah,
No,
not
so-
anymore.
When we do, it's usually like a giant marathon, though, where we just do nothing but that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ain't
By the way,
got-
we still need to watch Star Wars at some point.
By the way,
I
I was
agree.
watching it the other day.
Oh yeah, Bionicle. All right,
Oh,
got
yeah,
retention
Bionicle,
back.
yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
there's not much news,
17
guys.
and a half minutes. There's not much. Yeah, don't expect much.
Yeah.
Cause like again, we're recording this at like a poor time. There'll probably be news by the time this releases. Like, sorry for that, but
Yeah, set reviews have started to pop up, so they're out there, and by the time this is out, I'm sure there will be several of them out there.
Yeah, so-
yeah. But we're still waiting on the impending set releases ourselves because we want to
Yeah.
get our hands on them.
They're gonna come soon, though. It's gonna happen.
Should be any day now.
I mean, in the meantime,
Any
speaking
day
of
now.
releases. No,
What?
No, no one's gonna segue off that. Okay, Revenge of the
There are
Skull
two
Spiders.
things I could segue off that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one you're going for.
We have
the
the one piece of news we may as well discuss while it's topical. We have one thing: Revenge of the Skull Spiders got an online book preview, and unlike the one from earlier this year where it was randomized and everybody got different stuff and people tried to like compile the whole book, this one is thankfully normal and it's just the first chapter. So it's pretty cool. It's just a I won't spoil it, unless like
I haven't actually read it myself. I
guys
downloaded
have
it when
read it.
I saw that you guys were like talking about iBook.
Yeah, I went on iBooks
chat.
and I got it. And
I got it, but I haven't
did
actually
read
read it yet.
But here I'll spoil part of it, which isn't
Oh
a
my
spoiler,
gosh.
and that is
It's the first chapter.
it's a
so
recap of the last book.
yeah.
No,
Yeah,
it's not an
they
entire
had some of
recap.
the not entire, but there's part of it where it's like, oh, you watched as Toatahu came with his 2 giant blades that could also turn into a surfboard, and then they're like, oh, Toagali
Surfboard.
with a harpoon. And
Surfboard.
Anyhow. What you
How
guys
do
can
you
say is
even-
my reaction. I don't have any reaction to this. You just
But you do. You're acknowledging it right now instead of just
I'm
continuing
acknowledging it
with what you were
because
saying.
Time
Because,
and my
bro,
Leva
the
swag
thing
out
about
on
it
the
is that
beach
like you
going
interrupt
surfing.
me while I'm talking. to just laugh about something. Let me finish talking and then laugh about it.
Hey, that's how it works, though.
That's how it should work. Anyhow, so back to what I'm actually saying. I'm going to spoil the entire chapter now. Great.
There's nothing to spoil. You want to know what to spoil it? It's from a protector's perspective, and they're watching them fight loss. That's all it is.
Oh, okay. So it's like the events of the first book, but it's from the perspectives of the protectors. Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
That actually sounds cool.
Vizuna's like trailing
Vizuna,
Natoa, and
the
he's like
protector
watching them
jungle.
fight loss. Yeah.
I wonder if the whole book will be like that.
I hope it is. I think that's a fresh take.
That'll be cool. Yeah, that will actually be interesting to read. It'll also make me kind of angry that I bought the first one.
It's one of the last times the protectors can be like relevant, so they need to tell them.
Well, you don't know
tell some
that.
stories
They might
with
be
them.
relevant.
Yeah, you don't know that.
Yeah.
They won't fit into the 2016 story.
How do you
They're
know
not
that?
traveling with
How
them.
do you know that? They're the villain. They're the inhabitants of the island.
Yeah, but they're not going to be like
Fans,
traveling with
back
Natoa
again.
anymore.
This is Meso saying stuff he has no idea about. Not backing
I'm
it
just
up.
saying
either.
they're not
Well,
like they're not
however,
current
I
set
can
releases,
give
so
them
they're
They're
not
not
going
going
to
to
be
be an
like.
integral part, probably.
I
Yeah, but
think
there's
Well, I
I'm
don't
sure
know.
they'll show
They
up.
could be on
but
the
they're not
TV
gonna
show.
be traveling with the Toa. Like that's all I mean.
They could be in the TV show though.
I mean, someone has to
hope
tell
so.
a Toa where to go
Yeah, but
and what
like
to do.
Kahi, the TV show, we're fairly confident it's not going to focus on 2016.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not
pretty
sure.
confident.
I'm not sure.
I'm sure it'll be both. I'm sure it'll be like 2 episodes, 2015 to 2016.
Do we really think they're going to do 2015 again?
Well,
I'm sure they
we do know that the
have to.
promo art showed 2015 Tahoe.
They can't like drop a new
Yeah, but
audience.
the promo art was also released before we had any like view of the set.
They're not gonna like drop a new audience in like halfway through the story. They have to at least like recap 2015 in some way.
Not
because, like,
really.
not
They just
really.
have to say 6 heroes fell from the sky and now they're here.
6
helping
heroes
us.
fell from the sky and they fought people and they got upgrades.
I mean,
and
just
they're
look
hunting
at how
creatures.
Mask
They
of
didn't
Light
fight
was
anyone and they
handled.
didn't get upgrades. You don't need to know any of that.
But they did.
Yeah,
You seriously don't need to know any of
look
that.
at how Mask of Light was handled. We got introduced
Exactly.
to the
Yeah.
Toa when they were already Toa Nuva.
Exactly. Thank you, Vin.
That's
You're
true,
welcome.
Actually,
This is not a new concept. I don't know why you think we need to be recapped on every single event that happened before.
Did someone
Yeah, if anything, they're probably gonna have like a 5-minute recap.
And the concept art is a silly idea too, because once again, we hadn't gotten any view of the actual sets before. They're not going to want to spoil 2016 sets. It'd be like leaking images.
Well, I know what I'm saying is that like they made that original art asset for something. So at some point, the 2015 model is going to be used. I would assume.
We're still assuming that is actually what the show is going to look like, and not just
Well,
an
okay,
art asset.
Yeah, no, Varfard does have a rather good point.
I don't know. I would say that's
I'm
a pretty
pretty
good
positive.
guess. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that when you make something like that obviously costs a lot of money and design and stuff that you normally don't throw that away.
I
would agree with you if it wasn't for the original Dum Dum concept for the online
Yeah.
animated series, which was
Yeah, but, like, this was in an article
completely
announcing-
different from the actual series, and B, something that we only saw thanks to them like talking about it. Otherwise,
But
we
this
never
wasn't
would have
like
seen it.
this wasn't in like a developer's like commentary blog. This was in an official like Netflix press release with like
Yeah,
other
and
shows.
Lego's released official concept art as official imagery before too.
It's like with other shows that also had concept art in that article, and like it's a pretty safe bet that their shows will look like that. So it's like, why not assume?
Was there other concept for those shows?
It was like the Crudes was one, and there was like Friends, I think, which had some artwork. And
Yeah, the Friends did have
there was
some
like one
artwork.
other show. What was the other one? It was
They also the last time.
Friends is a live action show, isn't it?
No. What?
Friends?
No,
Lego
no.
Friends.
Lego
No,
Friends.
Oh, Lego Friends.
Not
Not
like
actual
no, not
Friends.
Joey and Chandler.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. That was a big thing that it was coming to
No, no,
Netflix,
no,
of course.
We should
I-
make Lego
I'll
Friends.
be back. Yeah, no, that would be great. If Lego Friends was actually like Lego,
See,
like
That's really what I
versions of
thought
the
it
Friends
was
cast.
when we first heard about it. I thought, wow, these licensed themes. Wow,
You're a crazy person.
it's got to be popular.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't think it's that mind-boggling that they would have promo art for the show and just have it be like artwork. Because to
Right.
me, that didn't look like a 3D model. I don't know where we even got that.
wait,
from.
are you serious? It totally
Yeah,
looks
it
like a
didn't
3D
look like
model.
a 3D model. It just looks like
it
art
looked like
style.
normal concept art to me.
No,
Yeah, it looked like
it's
concept
definitely a
art.
model.
Nah. This time I agree with Kahi. It did look like it was more than a 2D image. Well, wait.
Yeah.
Wait, let me rephrase. It's a
Do
2D
go on.
image, obviously.
It wasn't.
just
It
looked-
wasn't a drawing.
Yeah, it looked
Can
like
we,
a
can we link
screenshot.
this picture again? Because
Gotcha. Here you go. Got it on standby.
My
you don't have
gosh,
it on standby. Stop
Meso.
it.
Even when you're useful, it's annoying.
I delivered the link within a second of your request. Stand by.
Dang.
Only because you were like, whatever. Anyway,
What was the other thing?
it's just like
I'll go find the other article that I remember.
I don't
that had the other
understand
pictures.
why the assumption is that this is a 3D model.
I don't know.
Because it looks like a 3D model. That's
It
cel
reminds me
shaded.
of Borderlands.
It
reminds
looks
me
like
of-
a drawing.
It reminds me of Borderlands. It reminds me of Ruby. It reminds me of everything else that's like 3D but
It
made to look.
literally looks like a drawing.
All right, here. Look.
Like, I mean, like, listen, I'm not going to say one way or the other. It very well could be a 3D model.
Yeah, it
It's
looks
just like
kind of
this.
sketched.
It looks sketchy to me. It doesn't look like a draw. I mean, it doesn't look like a 3D model to me. It looks like someone drew this.
Yeah, now that you point this out.
No,
look at the
I
legs.
completely
still
think
see
it still
I
looks like a
still
model.
see
If
it
you look at
both
the
ways.
legs, especially, it kind of looks like it was done with pencil.
I get
Yeah.
that that's the style of what they. Okay, when we get a higher res image of this.
Artistic style.
Once again, like I said, it could go either way, but like it's one of those things where it's like you cannot say definitively that this is a 3D model and that this is what the show is going to look like exactly.
I'll give up one of that. I agree that you can't say this is what the show's going to look like. I'll stand by that. Sure, it could use a different thing. I just don't know. Okay, here it looks like a model to me. Let me see if I can find the high res image of it.
Okay,
know
but
if
it's
that
just
would
I don't know. It looks painted, like it was like sketched and painted over.
Yeah.
And if
It
that's
looks like
the
a drawing.
case, what kind of like animation quality are we expecting if it's going to be, painted?
We don't know.
A strange one.
See that's my thing. Like I don't think that the show is going to necessarily look like this.
Yeah.
I think this is just promo art. That's all it is. It's just art.
Well, that means we
Well, when
have
you look
a
at,
while to see what it looks like then.
Yeah.
Q1 2016. Hopefully that's like sooner rather than later.
Nope. This is a 3D model.
Oh, here we go.
Here's
Dropping the ball.
Here's why. Okay, here I'm gonna post this in here.
Okay.
Can you click that image? Does it show up?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Does it not show?
Download. Let's see.
There, you
Well, I
posted
was-
2 of them.
While this is like loading,
Sorry.
I was just gonna say, like, promo art can be different to the actual animation because if you ever looked at, I don't know, like a Disney DVD or whatever,
Oh, is it not
and you
showing?
look at
Why
the
is
front,
this-
or an anime DVD, and the front is in like a lot more high res than the actual like show. Because
It's
it
still
is the
weird how
promo art.
contorted Tahu's like torso is in this picture.
I mean, that was on purpose, because look at his gearbox. It's canted to the side.
Yeah, he's like leaning slightly.
it's also weird how contorted his gear.
No, okay.
is
Here,
in
I
this
will
picture.
prove to you that it's a 3D model.
Okay, Phoenix,
You
right?
said this 3 times.
Okay, no, listen. All right, so you're looking at it. Look at Tahu's. We're looking at it. Had his left arm. Look at the armor there. It's clipping into the other part of the armor.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yep.
Really?
It's a 3D model.
Yep. No.
Is it?
It is
Ah,
clipping.
okay.
Yeah, I
that-
see it.
I see it.
Yep.
I
Oh,
see it.
What do you
that
mean?
was impressive, Kahi. I
What do
gotta
you
give
mean?
you that one.
Hold up.
I see it.
Which
Yeah, you're
armor
right.
is clipping into what?
The red
On
armor
his
on his
arm.
on his forearm.
His right arm, not his
Yeah.
left.
Yeah.
Where his arm's bending,
Oh.
you can see.
Oh.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
see that?
okay, never mind. Got you. Yeah, I mean, I can see it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow. That
I don't
It's
concede
man.
because, this
beat
could
that.
just be an artistic error. Like maybe he...
I'm glad you pointed that out because I was literally about to say, "Oh, Kahi, I can literally see the brushstrokes now with this HD image."
I
So,
should have waited for you to say that and then be like, boom. But yeah, there's no way that artist would have drawn a piece of armor clipping into another armor.
How do
That
you know?
doesn't
Maybe
make
there's an
sense.
artistic style of like crossed armor plating.
There's no.
now that's
still looks
another
drawn
thing,
to me, though.
though.
I agree. It still
Yeah.
looks drawn. I think
like
that's a
like even the
filter.
foot. Like look
Yeah,
at the
no,
foot. Like,
I'm
that
with
is-
Yeah.
you.
Oh yeah,
I'm
there's
with
like
you
a
there.
brush stroke in the
Yeah,
tip
there's
of
a
Yeah,
the
I
brush
can
toe.
stroke.
see that.
like
Now,
going
what
off the
if-
foot onto the armor.
I think it was touched up later. Like you can
Yeah.
see
That's
on
possible.
the left foot, especially that brushstroke you're talking about, that highlight that goes all the way up the foot.
Or
Yeah.
maybe this is like a textureless model that was painted over later on.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
that's
can't
what I
they,
was
like,
gonna say.
Put textures like over the top of the actual like model. So they
That's
basically
actually
painted
very
over
possible.
the model.
That makes
in,
a lot
like,
of sense, I
computer or
guess.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense. We'll just
But-
have to see. Basically, we can't really
yeah,
judge
there's-
much on promo.
There's too much like detail that's angled and like completely detailed to make it look like it's completely drawn. If you look at like how the lines are working, everything, it's so detailed to the point where it looks legitimately like that set. But the clipping is what sells it.
Well, I don't think that's a reason.
I mean, I can
Yeah, I
tell
know,
this is
I know.
not the actual set on screen. That torso gives it away.
Well, of course. I mean,
That
it's a model.
and Tahu has more of a neck here than he actually does. So
I mean, it's not hard to distort a torso piece in Photoshop
I mean,
to look like that. It really isn't. So I mean, this could still very well be like a piece of promo art using. I mean, don't make it wrong. The clipping confirmed it to me. So I'm just saying, devil's advocate at this point.
So what does this mean?
That the torso doesn't mean anything. That could still be an actual piece.
For our discussion about whether 2015 will be on the show or not?
I mean, what it means to me is that this is just promo art. Plain and simple. This doesn't tell me anything about the show. It could be about anything. All I know from this piece of art is that it's about Bionicle.
really?
Fair enough.
Oh, thank goodness. I was concerned.
I thought it was Hero Factory. Rip.
Do you know? Okay, is there any news when in Q1 it'll be released?
No. Sorry, there's nothing to elaborate on.
What if it's
No, no.
sprung on us like December 25th? Netflix is like, boom, 3 new shows.
Not
It won't be.
Q1.
It won't be. That's Q4, LJ.
No. I know what the quarters of the year are, Kahi. I was just
Well, it
saying,
sure
what
didn't
if-
seem like that, but what you said.
I was just saying, what if they spring it on us like a surprise? Like, boom, you've been Merry Christmas.
Spring has sprung in Q2.
My gosh.
So you were saying I know what the quarters of the year are. I'm just saying, what if they didn't stick to the quarter they told us they were going to totally do? What if they put it in a different quarter?
That is exactly what I'm saying. Yes.
Well, that's stupid. Why don't they just say it's coming out late
Because
Q4?
they're like, oh man, you've been so patient, so happy. Boom. They give it to us early.
That's exactly how businesses work.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
how
That is how we
contracts and
work.
businesses work, LJ.
We're like, hey, you want a top 10 on Sunday? Boom, Monday.
That's like Star Wars, being like people were making Star Wars oh, the fans have been so good. Why don't we just release it a couple days early?
I mean,
I wish they would do that.
I mean, aren't they releasing it a day early in some locations?
I mean, for early screening, yeah, it's a thing, but it's not just for. It's not
No,
because
I mean,
the fans have been
official
We're
good.
under a week.
Yeah.
We're under a week, guys.
Oh, dude,
I know. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. Anyway, but yeah, Bionicle. No,
That's all the news.
It-
Ross
as far
came
as-
out, it's nothing, and then the preview for Journey to One, nobody knows.
yeah. So, not a lot of Bionicle, but I don't know. I definitely don't know what to expect of the show. I don't really see them doing 2015 story in it. If they've only got 4 episodes, it seems like it'd be a waste to dedicate half a show to a
It would
line
be
that's
a
already
waste for us. It may not be a waste for the market, but like you said, I don't know if they're gonna go with Mask of Light philosophy.
passed. But to
Or
me,
what?
it doesn't make any sense for them to advertise old toys.
Yeah.
I
For me, it doesn't
understand.
make a lot of sense because nothing really happened in 2015. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
They could leave that
Now,
out, and it wouldn't
what
hurt.
they could
anybody.
do, and what I think they will do, is that this is the 2016 story, but obviously it's going to start out with the 2016 or the 2015 set.
That's what I
'cause
was
they have
thinking.
to upgrade
Yeah,
at
I
some
was
point.
thinking that this would be the story of the upgrade, and then around
Yeah.
episode maybe 2 or 3, then they get the upgrades, and then they face whoever the villain
Yeah,
is, Umaroff.
that
or
I
whatever.
see happening.
Yeah.
But I don't see them actually doing the 2015 story itself.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
I'll go with that.
But I think that
I
the
can see
protectors
that
will.
too.
I think you can't say the protectors won't have a big role because they could have a role in the TV show.
If it is going to be surrounding the 2016 story, I would most certainly safely bet that the protectors won't have a large role. Because
I don't think they're going to have a large role either.
yeah,
Yeah,
I predict they will
I
have
say
a large
I think
role because I
maybe.
know LJ is going to love this comparison. I think they're going to be like the Taraga in 06, have that kind of a role.
come on.
They're there, but they're not important.
No.
Yeah, you see, that's the thing,
06?
though.
Yeah.
The Traga were still rather important in 2006. They were the catalyst for the Matoran leaving Metro Nui and becoming the Toanika. So they still
I
have...
would say that they're
weren't main
going to be
characters.
like the Dragon Mask of Light. They'll be there. They'll have speaking roles. They just won't be integral to the plot.
Personally, I don't even think they're going to
Same
have
thing.
speaking roles. I think, at best,
That'd
they'll
be
be a
disappointing.
footnote.
I think they're going to have speaking roles. Someone's going to have to tell the Toa what to
Yeah,
do.
Namoto needs to tell of the darkness is rising.
I mean, that
I
Kimu's
can't
gonna
imagine it's just going to be Akimu talking to
I
them.
certainly can, because we do already know that Akimu is the one that's going to send them on this quest to go get the creatures. So,
I guess it's just that scene.
yeah, but
how
that
do we
would
know that?
seem a bit like weird
Lego
because
Club
it'd just
magazine.
be Akimu talking and these people in the background.
I don't think that, like, the Protectors, like, the info and the intel that they have, the Toa have already used up. The Protectors don't know anything more that the Toa can use. Akimu has all the answers. Akimu has all the cool gear. Akimu has, like, all the stuff they need.
yeah.
Well, I mean, they could do a
Go ahead,
flashback, like a
Protectors.
backstory to what happened as
I would
well.
like
Well,
that.
but see, my thing is, I just don't
like
like.
that a lot.
I can't imagine them going straight into the main plot though. That's my thing. It's like, surely they're going to have some kind of establishing shots first,
Yeah.
where like the Toa are going to be just kind of hanging out before the action actually kicks in, and that's where I'm thinking we're going to have the Protectors, like just brief scenes of them actually interacting with the village, just kind of chilling, introducing Akimu back into the location or just talking to him or something,
Right.
and then something happens, and that's the catalyst for why they need to go and seek the creatures.
I'd assume they'd
Yeah.
be hanging out in the ancient city, like, restoring that.
I mean,
Yeah, probably, but I don't see why the Protectors wouldn't be at the ancient city.
I don't see why they'd be bothering restoring the ancient city, at least not right away. I mean, they already have all of those other villages that they're just living in right now.
Yeah, but those
They're
are
the ones that are like war torn.
yeah,
Okay,
those are
fair
like
point.
Destroyed by skull
Fair-
spiders.
Very fair point. Good point, yeah.
Like, these... I was
Yeah.
about to make it like a derisive comment about, like, their fortresses, but, like, I'm gonna bite my tongue.
Yeah, you really should, Nessa. you got shown up on that so bad.
I'd like to. I want to see more original characters in the Revenge of the Skull Spiders book. Reading back to that, I'd like to
Oh,
see
like
more.
Bing Zack.
Like
I'm
Bing Zack's lost
confident
girlfriend
he's
who was
gonna
supposed to
come
be
down.
murdered.
I'm so down.
Yeah, I want to see more original characters
More
be
than
like
that.
interact. I would love
Yeah,
an
same.
entire thing just based around the Protectors, like Manog.
I think that's what this is gonna be, maybe, hopefully, sorta, probably, kinda.
Well, like it might have been like, well, we don't have any sets based off people that aren't. We don't have a Bing Zack set, so.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be in this book, Revenge of the Skull Spiders, because it seems like this is going to be focused on the Protectors, and Bingzak's probably just going to be roaming around. Maybe we'll see a new Protector or Villager, get some more
It's like
culture.
Bing Zack grown up.
Maybe Bing Zack will have a
I wanna see-
sidekick, and they'll be like the new Takua and
New
Jowler
Batman
of
and
this.
Robin.
There is one thing that I kind of
well,
miss
that
about
too.
like having like a Greg for the story, and that is there's no like additional places to just do random stories set in the universe. That would be cool. Like with Bionicles.
That's another conversation.
One-off.
That's a controversy into on itself.
Now, see, no, it's a controversy because some people don't like Greg's writing, which fair enough. You might have an opinion on how good a certain writing thing is, but I don't think that, like, for instance, if what's a good artist or a good writer? If J.K. Rowling was like writing Harry Potter stuff, I don't think nobody's mad at Pottermore for having the additional Harry Potter world stuff.
Fair point.
You know,
Yeah.
like people don't like it because Greg, but like at the same time, if we had a good, not a good writer, not that Greg wasn't a good writer, but if we had someone that people were on board with writing additional stuff, I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, one thing
People
I really
like-
liked about Greg's writing was the dialogue. Like, that was where he really shined, because it's
Really?
like... Yeah, I really liked his
I would
dialogue.
say so. Yeah.
I would say the action scenes and conveying action
Yeah,
was
action's
Greg's
pretty
big deal.
good, but it's
And
like-
Greg
See,
did
I-
have some
I
good
would
one-liners, but he
I
wasn't
would
good with dialogue per se, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, though. I felt like
I mean, if we're comparing it to the 2015 books, I think so.
Yeah.
fair enough.
I would agree with Viper.
But you can't
especially-
compare it.
Especially also in comparison to Kathy Hopka, because I was reading those books, some of them back to back, and for Hopka, she was very action focused. Very little interaction, very little discussion. The characters barely spoke. With Greg, much more inner dialogue, outer dialogue, and interaction.
Well, see, the thing though is like Greg's
I'm
stuff.
world
Have you ever
builder.
read Mark Miller? Have you ever read like The Ultimates or like what's that movie, Kick-Ass, or like any of those comics?
No.
No,
Well,
sorry.
Mark Miller has a style of dialogue, which is basically boils down to people building up to a one-liner. And like a lot of the times, some people will be like, "Oh, did you really think that you could do blank?" And it'll be on the whole speech. At the end, the guy will be like, "One-liner," and then something like crazy will happen. And like I feel like that's a big comic book kind of flashy style, and I feel like Greg exemplifies that a lot. I've seen a lot of like. Reading Greg's stuff, the dialogue per se isn't that interesting in terms of conversation. There's no points where like Joss Whedon style dialogue, where you're interested in seeing the characters interact just because they're characters and they're witty and they're bouncing off each other. Greg doesn't necessarily have that, but he does have good build-ups to one-liners.
Yeah, and that makes the book entertaining. It's like, it's all well and good having really good dialogue, but if you're snoozing halfway through this, like, sentence because of, like, how uninteresting
I would say
it is.
good dialogue.
Snoozing, you're losing.
I would say that good dialogue means that you're not snoozing. Like, if you have dialogue and you're snoozing through it, that's bad dialogue.
I mean,
Yeah,
in that case,
it's
to
also
the book's
keeping
credit,
entertaining by keeping those build-ups, which is what Greg did. He was good at that.
I mean, I'm not saying that, like, I like the one-liners. I feel like they were kind of overused at the end there. Like, again, with Mark Miller's style, who's a very acclaimed comic writer, I still enjoy reading his stuff, but sometimes when he's reading stuff, I'm like, alright, I know he's building up to something here. It's like, alright, let's get this over with. It feels a little cheesy after a while.
Yeah, it is pretty cheesy, but I like it.
But I mean, I
like
like different
It's a
voices in
subjective
Bionicle.
thing.
I wouldn't mind if they did a thing where they had like an anthology of Bionicle, where they had like different writers or different people on this team, write a short story about
I like
whatever.
that. That'd be pretty cool.
Right, and then
to
you just
see
post like
everyone's,
one.
I can see it.
Yeah, that would just be like, and it just can't. And it's something that like isn't. It's not something that's like worth doing a whole book about. It's like someone is attacked. Some village is attacked by the skull spiders, and this is how these people in that village get. Yeah, and like you just have like it'll be a chance for the different writers or the people on the story team to kind of flex their writing muscles and get and it'll just be like a cool little thing. It won't affect. It'll be part of canon, but it won't be like a book. It won't be. You just post it on the Bionicle website. I think I would really enjoy that, and
I would
because there's
enjoy that
different
too,
because there's
it
different
expands
voices,
the
you can
Like,
go
there's
back
this
and
one
forth.
little anthology I have in one of my comic books where it's basically Jessica Jones. She's just kind of like having a monologue to herself, and then Spider-Man shows up to like her apartment or something, and they're talking for a while. Spider-Man gives her advice, and that whole thing's just based on dialogue and their characters like interacting with each other.
Right,
And
exactly.
Spider-Man leaves, and then Jessica Jones is like, "Man, that guy's a great guy." Blah blah blah. And it's just, that's it. That's all there is to it. And there's not much to it, but it's still really interesting to read.
Right. It's just the character interactions and fleshing out those characters, that kind of thing. I would seriously like that a lot. If they did do that, I would also I would like to know which author is doing which, so we can compare, like we do with the comic artists. How we go over like, oh, this artist style is it. I'd like to be able to go over that with writers too. I don't know. Yeah. I think that would be a cool idea.
Yeah, that sounds like
that sounds cool. There hasn't been really
Yeah, it sounds really cool.
many writers.
That's pretty cool.
Shut up.
There hasn't really been many writers in the Bionicle franchise. I mean, like, we had Kathy Kafka, and then we had Greg, and now we've got
Three in
Ryder
total.
Winham.
Hey, how dare you! Don't you forget the MLGist of them all, MerlinPMann.
And Merlin,
MLGist.
yeah.
Merlin Man. Hey, by the way, we have a contest going on Twitter.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
Our quote unquote contest.
The best
With no
contest.
prize,
more like-
no winner.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
No prize, no winner.
But it's a contest, guys.
But
Don't
it's
worry
still a
about it.
contest.
I like how we tried so hard to get other people to draw Merlin-Man and no one else did.
No, BCC did it. They spelled the hashtag
I'll
wrong.
do it right now.
No, yeah, do it.
Tell me, how do they
I feel like
misspell-
fans have yet to. They think they don't know. Like, oh, are we supposed to wait for a contest? Nah, it's not even a contest. Just draw MerlinPMann. Tell him thanks for Bionicle 2015.
Yeah. But if you're gonna spell his name, it's Merlin P. Mann. That's with the 2 N's.
At the end,
Yes.
yeah.
Right, so someone else did it?
The Bionicle Comedy Club did one, but they spelled MerlinMann wrong on the hashtag, so it doesn't show up.
How'd they spell
Oh,
it?
guys.
How was it?
It's like I'd have to look it up. It's like I think it said it was MerlinPMann. They forgot the L.
Wow,
okay.
Marin P-Man.
Dang.
Real MLG in us all.
There's a Marin
Well-
P-Man out there that's like, this isn't me.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Twitter and everybody on Twitter, we just got some more TTV fan art.
Oh, did we
boy.
really?
Yep.
Yeah, this one's from Zeros.
Oh yeah, Zeros.
See
Aw,
this?
yeah.
Come in.
Very lovely Christmas theme one. You know?
Aw.
And I immediately have issue with it. Why did Kahi put me in a snowman?
Because that's what you deserve,
This is the
LJ.
first thing you trained your eyes on.
Man.
Yes, this is.
Okay, this is awesome. I love this. Like
I'm
X is
so
up there
happy
putting
I'm
up the
helping out
lights.
with the Christmas lights.
Yeah. Viper and X and the Vid are putting up the
My
lights.
snowball says Mardi Gras.
Huh, this is
Yeah.
kind of neat.
Oh, I didn't
saw
see
that.
that. That's so cool. Look at
that
the
scene
like the
from
ornaments
Wanted
on
where
the
it says
tree.
goodbye
Oh,
on
yeah.
it.
Wow,
ornaments
or
on the
you
tree
would
are
take the
like
time to
nice.
describe Mardi Gras in a snowball before you threw it too.
Like,
It's like that
forget
scene
it.
from
It's
Wanted
gonna melt
when he
anyway.
He shoots the bullet. And it says
Dude,
goodbye
I like how
on it.
Messo's horn is like breaking through his Santa hat.
That's perfect.
That's pretty cool. Also, who's that I see there in the background?
Oh, it's
Like that purple
Smaug.
dragon.
It's no one important.
Oh, no.
It's Smaug.
I love
Smaug is coming to destroy our Christmas fun.
He's coming for the gold I have.
What was that quote he said at the end of the movie?
I am fire. I'm bringer. I am death.
I don't know
Yeah,
whose
something
I
like
liked
that.
more.
I am the one who.
You like mine, obviously.
I think
I love our ornaments.
I can smell you.
Dude, we should actually get like a real TTV tree and just put like TTV ornaments on
Yeah,
it.
sure.
The
Who-
tree
who
virtues.
Get
that'd
it.
be awesome.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
The tree virtues.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna give that to you. I'm gonna give that to you. That worked so well. That was real. That was a
You are
fantastic pun.
trying to have the episode title, aren't you?
No, I'm just saying a funny quote. That's all.
Uh-huh, yeah, that's conveniently gonna be the episode
Well,
title. Since you,
Too
Meso,
late.
you do
It's
this
now.
now.
The episode title.
Before, we always, like, as a group, chose the episode title. We were like, which was the funniest moment? Now, you take it and you just do it. You
been
just
that way for years,
make it
man.
the episode title. Some things
has
have
been that
been
way for
rather
years.
odd.
Sometimes.
That you made the episode title.
I still hate our episode titles. I feel like they should tell more about what we talk about. But at the same time, our episode titles have some character to it, so I can't complain.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
there's some
half of it.
episodes where I just look at the title and I just burst out laughing. Like
I mean,
the
I-
recent one, which I wasn't on. Like, I looked at the title, was like, what?
Yeah, I think our thumbnails should do the talking. Like, they should show what we have in store, and then our
Which
title
they do.
can just...
They usually do.
Sometimes. Sometimes. It's just
Sometimes
one
they
image. So,
Well, I think it should be one image. I don't want to have like a collage as our thumbnail.
Yeah, no, that'd be bad. We can't
That'd
see
be-
those,
that would look really
those
bad.
images already. I'm throwing around different designs for our new thumbnails, so we'll see how that
but
works.
speaking of design, this piece of artwork is fantastic. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, thank you so much, Zeros.
Yeah, Zeros is doing this
His
stuff.
style is so
His style
consistently
reminds me
on
of
point.
Transformers Prime.
Yeah, I know. I like
Yeah,
the
that's
cartoony
what I
style
like
he
most
has.
about it. It reminds me of
Yeah.
Transformers.
I think animated, not Prime.
Yeah,
Well, I guess
yeah.
Prime sort of had a
animated.
similar style.
yeah,
It
they
just
Prime
was
didn't have,
3D.
but it was like
Style.
3D. Yeah, no, Transformers animated definitely.
I've been trying to get into that recently.
Which one?
What's that going
Transformers or
Prime
the
Prime or
style?
animated?
Well, just like Transformers. Like
general?
the cartoon, not the movies.
Which one? There's like several.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I've been looking for some. Like,
Okay. Well, see, the thing with Transformers is it's kind of like Bionicle right now, where like every generation there's a new generation, so it, like
Yeah.
it resets
Yeah,
the
it
canon.
basically reboots every show.
Time there's a cartoon, it reboots.
yeah,
But
'cause
with
I
that
remember
said, I would-
my dad had like one of the DVDs, and it was like he
Was
had
it from
several
the
on.
80s?
Like, how many times has Optimus Prime died? Like 5 times.
Spoiler
dying.
alert, Optimus
Stop
Prime dies in
killing
like
him.
almost everything.
Wow, Messa, I didn't even realize that my tweet was rhyming.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you do now.
It was like the influx of TTV art just warms my heart. And I was like, nice
Wow.
rhyme there, boss man.
Wow.
I didn't even realize.
Amazing.
10
Oh,
out
well.
of 10.
I am the best. We should have like a rap group. We can be
I'm
the
the
Pandema.
greatest.
The
Musical group.
Ooh, the pandemic peeps.
The pandemic rap
Pandemic
battle.
peeps.
Pandemic Banda.
No.
Lil Panda. Little Pam Pan.
Little Pan. Little Pan.
Popan.
And the pandas.
Popan and the Pandas.
Popan
That sounds more like
pandas.
a alt rock band, to be honest.
Yeah.
Or like a man. No, not grunge. Nah, I don't know what it would be. Oh well. Anyway, Bionicle guys.
Yes.
Bionicle.
What else? What else
how's
do
the
we have to
weather,
discuss today?
There's nothing else to discuss.
That's
man.
basically it. Although we've basically wrapped up. We've gotten to the 50-minute mark. So
Yeah, we could end anytime. now.
we we stretched this out, man. We did a good job.
You got any
We did a great
stories,
job.
Kai?
Great job. Dude, you asked me at the time I don't have any stories. I used up all my stories in the after show.
I mean, that's the thing you do.
And, like,
Metro.
don't fight.
We are on time. We are ready to rock, roll, rumble, tumble. And you're like, hey guys, do you think this will be like a rubber band where we'll stretch it and it'll just keep stretching and we'll see how long we can stretch it before it breaks?
So you guys want to know what I'm drawing right now?
No.
What are you doing?
What are you drawing?
What are you drawing?
This was inspired by earlier in the episode. I'll
It's-
give it to you guys.
Kahi,
Whoa.
it's Kahi talking.
Yep. Kahi with a little diarrhea at the mouth.
How is his teeth still
Why-
white?
Oh yeah, good point. Good point. That's
Pearly white.
that's a really good point. Hold on.
That's what you
That's like
keyed in on?
Paraka white.
I'm gonna fix
I
that.
mean-
Yo.
The only
Piraka.
Paraka that was white was Thok, and he was not.
He was like off-white. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
it must be weird for Thok because he like has white teeth and white like armor. So it's just
Why is that weird?
Do you think that'd be really weird? That'd be like they were like, man, I'm white. My
That's
teeth
like-
are
that's
also
like an
white.
albino
That's
having
pretty
white
weird,
teeth.
right?
I've
you
never
have to take
thought
a shower
that
all the time. Like Anua, for example, he never has to take a shower.
oh,
That's true.
he's
Anua-
like that-
Anua can get
it's
away
'cause
with
he's
it.
like,
Well,
he's
Anua
in
can also,
mines
like-
too, so he's
He
just
can
like
just bend the dirt off his body, though.
Bionicle
true,
theory,
actually.
guys. What if Anua isn't actually black? He's just covered in like
Dirt.
his coal.
Dirt?
Yeah.
Well, see, the thing is, could Anua do that? Because wouldn't that be Pohatu's ability?
No, Earth. Dirt is Earth.
Yeah, but so is sand.
Well, sand
The
is
sand's
rocks.
not what makes you dirty.
What?
Dude, sand's not what makes you dirty. You're not dirty because you roll around in sand.
Well.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
know
you
about
say
that.
I mean, I don't know about
I mean,
that.
I mean,
sand
here's the thing.
exfoliates or
Here's the
I guess,
thing
like,
with
listen,
sand,
if he
though.
rolls around
Sand-
in sand, though...
I would say I'm pretty dirty after going to the beach.
Yeah,
okay,
the
fair
thing-
enough.
The
But,
thing
like,
with sand,
that's when you
though,
go to the
Kahi,
beach.
The thing with sand is that it's tiny rocks and like
Yeah.
No,
Sand-
listen,
sand
I'm with you.
is
I'm with
Earth.
you. No, I
See,
say
this is Kahi right now. He's
what
doing
I'm
it again.
saying. You guys
Are you
keep
Super
interrupting
Saiyan?
me. Yes, I'm super saying that Earth
give him the hair.
is dirt, but you don't go around like when you take a shower. It's not to wash off sand. You don't accumulate sand just by doing day-to-day stuff. If you go to the beach, sure, but that's when you specifically go to a place that has tiny rocks.
I feel like that's kind of like a catch-all sentence though. You're cleaning off dirt. Like dirt can really
Yeah.
mean anything. You can be
Yeah,
dirty
dirt can
because
mean
of
bacteria, something you can't even see.
you can be dirty because of Nickelodeon glue. It doesn't really have to be specifically dirt.
I think that's more slimy than dirt. When you say
And
dirty,
Google
presumably
is-
you have dirt.
What is the difference between
So this is how we
Dirt.
stretched the episode out.
and
Granted,
sand?
let's say. I mean, let's be fair though. Let's
You got
be fair.
your wish, Meso.
Can we like migrate this to the after show?
No, the
No.
distinction
might as
between
well.
earth and stone is pretty stupid.
See, the thing is, whenever we break the conversation to move it to the after show, we never actually complete
Yeah,
the
we
conversation.
don't.
I've noticed this.
Yeah.
Where it's like, we'll be like, we'll talk about it in the after show. And we never talk about it!
Then again, the after show never gets put up. So I mean, it doesn't really.
Well, I mean, it's a good thing they never talk about it now, I
Ow.
guess.
I'm kidding. I'm sorry, Far. You're amazing.
I don't
There's
know why
another
you're kidding.
piece I came up with.
It's not like that's not
Okay.
true.
That's awesome.
Sand
man.
is the geologically precise term, but dirt is the colloquial
Colloquial.
term.
Colloquial.
Colloquial term
Colloquial.
with no definitive meaning. It is used differently in different contexts and dialects.
There we
Yeah.
go. Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's
Really?
one of those like
Okay.
fancy. I can't remember like the word, but it's like. You,
No, I mean, all right, fine. It is hard to find out what's the distinction between earth and stone.
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody always
I
had that
mean,
One,
problem.
as
one
far-
is
as far as-
black and one is brown.
as far as Bionicle is concerned, the distinction is if it isn't a rock, it isn't Earth. So, like, if you've got a gravel field, then Onua can control 50% of that, and Pohatu the other half.
That makes no sense at all.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I mean, it makes sense from what you're saying, but it doesn't. It really doesn't make sense.
Like
when you
in
think about
Bionicle, it doesn't make sense that they can do that or that that's a thing. It also doesn't make sense that Gally can't control the temperature of her water. Like,
It
she
doesn't
can't make
make
the water
sense that,
hot. Can't make it
No, that does in a way. Like, I can imagine, like, you know, if I just take water, I can bend the water from, like, my sink, but I can't manipulate that temperature. That makes sense to me.
I mean, then again, Tahu can control the intensity of his fire.
Because it's fire.
But see, with all this said, Pohatu isn't the Toa of sand, though. He's the Toa of stone.
Well, I mean...
What's the difference between a stone and a rock? That's what we should be asking.
That's true.
Because sand is like a specific grain size. That's what this says. It's a geologically precise term for specific grain size. Okay. So Onua can't control rocks that are at a certain size, but Pohatu can. But Pohatu can control more than just sand. He can control rock. So what is rock versus stone?
A rock is a geological term from material. What's the difference between a stone and a rock? The best answer is a rock is a formative, naturally occurring aggregate, a special
Stone
mineral
is like-
chemical composition in one of three forms. Oh, good grief! This sounds really complex.
I somehow doubt Lego thought this through. I bet they were
I
really
bet
just
they were just
Earth
like,
is dirt
screw
and
it.
stone is rock. That's what they said.
To be fair, I feel like this conversation could also be said for what's the difference between ice and water.
See,
Yeah,
that's what I was
like-
saying
No,
earlier.
I think that's a different distinction because you can be like, hey, Iceman, he can't control water, but he can control ice, and you
But why?
you know that in your
Why
head.
though?
Yeah, why can't he
why-
turn
why
it
is it
into,
so-
like,
Why
ice?
is that?
Because
There's
what he
no
does is that he uses the moisture in the air to create ice, but he doesn't actually have the power to manipulate water.
Yeah, but you're
But
manipulating
why?
water by.
Remember, he can't
controlling
like
ice.
Yeah, that
extrude
just seems
stuff
like
from
that
ice.
just seems like a weird distinction though. Why stop there? Why can't he control water too?
I think visually
if
it's consistent.
his power is creating ice,
Right.
surely he's also creating water. He's just freezing that water.
No,
Yeah.
he's drawing that water from somewhere else. If there's
but
no water
it's
in the air,
freezing, though.
He's
It's freezing
drawing
to
it.
become
If-
the ice.
If he is drawing anything,
No, okay,
that
and
is
the-
actively harnessing that power.
Iceman is more like a machine that rapidly cools water. If there's water around him, he can rapidly cool it and create structures. That's how his powers work. If there's no water around him, he can't do that.
Oh, okay. No, I understand.
Now,
But
now,
there's
for
water
instance-
around. Why can't he manipulate the moisture though to
In the air.
form water lakes?
No,
if
because
there's already
no,
water there.
His intake is moisture. He just takes in a lot of moisture. He doesn't control it. He just takes in what's around him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's still strange to me.
This is,
It's
you know
a
what?
little
Here's
strange,
what
but
should
I feel like
happen.
ice and water is more consistent. I can see the distinction between them easily. I can't see the distinction between stone and earth. They should have really made one is earth, one's stone, and it covers everything, and the other one's shadow.
See, no, I don't. I definitely don't think it should have been Shadow. I think Onua should have
See,
been
then we
able to
get onto
control.
shadow and light.
Onua should have been able to control gems and earth and stone. Pohatu, as he is now, should be able to control air. I'd argue.
Agreed,
I-
actually.
Oh,
There
okay.
is sand.
Because
that
I mean,
distinction's
Liwa's not air anymore. He's jungle, which makes perfect sense. Pohatu, as everyone has noticed, has been using air more than Liwa
is
mostly
true.
did.
What
I
does
mean,
Liwa
he has
even
do
tornado.
now?
He would be a master of sand. That's a visual distinction that I mean, does it technically make sense as much as
I mean,
the
just make
but-
him the master of air. It's simple that way. It
no,
explain
no,
a lot.
I don't think
no.
no.
Yeah.
What,
Master of
hold
science,
on now.
what it
What
should
does
be.
Liwa even do now that he's the master of jungle?
He can control
What's that-
plant life.
Plants.
Really? That's it?
Yeah.
If
Well,
skull spiders
why?
are chasing him in the jungle, he can ensnare them.
But what
in
if he's in the
vines.
desert? Is he just screwed?
Then he's freaking useless.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
Desert plants.
Yeah, there are desert plants.
Well,
There's
granted,
What
he is
if
a Toa
there's
of
none
jungle.
for, mine?
Not plant life.
Cactus onslaught. He can
Yeah, the
levitate
cactus-
cacti
listen,
and throw
He
them.
could just suddenly raise cactuses from the ground and ensnare you in a cactus cage. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I know.
No,
I'm
if
with that.
if
Oh, you're
that-
Toa of the green.
if there's
from Disney.
any green under all that sand.
Here's my question. So if he's controlling plant life, does that mean he's mind controlling the plants?
No,
Or is he
plants
like
don't have
Does he
minds.
persuading
use his
them?
powers in the story
Plants don't
as we
have
know it
mind.
right now?
I mean,
Or is he
plants-
just
he's
is it
used them, like, a few
telekinetic
times.
towards
Minds.
plants?
Also, what was
He's
that,
used them
Ben?
to like.
Does he
used them
use
to-
his
Well, plants-
powers in the story right now that we have right now?
He
Not really.
has used
He
his
like
powers,
moved
yes.
some vines away from the hammer flesh screen.
And see, Viper, that's under the assumption that plants actually are alive in the same sense that you're thinking of, which they aren't.
They aren't.
I mean,
That's like. they
plants can
very much aren't.
hypothetically be alive, they just can't be sentient.
No, they are alive.
Yeah.
They're not sentient.
Scientifically, they are categorized as being alive.
Scientifically, they are live.
They are
Oh my
live.
gosh. Okay, nope, I want to end this right there.
And then
one
another
else
thing
does.
too is that, like several Toa can they can generate stuff. They can generate their element, and others can't.
In G1, yes, they could. However, we don't know if they can do that in G2.
Well, I mean, we can. Fair enough. I guess we don't know that for certain. Well, we do know that Tahu can create fire.
Even then, I'm skeptical. You see, I don't believe we have ever seen them. Well, with the golden masks, I guess you are right. Because we did see that one thing with Tahu.
Fire!
Yeah,
I can't believe we stretched this for another 10 minutes. Can we end
See,
this?
that's what I was saying like a minute ago.
Okay, let's end this.
All right.
Thank you all very much for listening to TTV episode 173. Hopefully by next week we have some more exciting, cool Bionicle 2016 news to bring to you, but at the very least we'll have an entertaining show regardless.
We forgot to do
I
our
hope you
plugs.
enjoyed. We forgot to do the plugs. So check us out on Vessel at vessel.com/TTV channel. The next episode should be up this same day. Check us out at store.ttvpodcast.com. Grab some shirts. You better buy them soon because we'll be going to be reworking the shirt program soon. So it would be in your best interest to get a shirt if you've been eyeing one for a while. So go ahead and do that. And also audibletrial.com/TTV for all your book needs. Whatever books you may opt to get, they're there. Hopefully, maybe.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Oh, and stay tuned for, or not stay tuned. Check Vessel.com now if you're listening to us on Vessel, and YouTube if you're watching on YouTube for Bionicle Autopsy. There's a new episode out.
Oh yeah.
And, it might be relevant to a new announcement that we have coming up soon. So
Yep, it's
Make sure to watch
gonna be
that.
an important video that you should all watch. So, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you all next week for the next exciting episode of the TTV Podcast. I'm Messina.
I'm Vardaran.
I'm LJ.
I'm Kahi.
I'm Venom.
And I'm Viper.
And goodbye, everybody!
Man,
Goodbye.
was it the OG crew today? It was the OG crew.
Pretty much.
Oh yeah, OG crew.
It's not
Wait, what defines the OG crew? Because I wouldn't say this is the OG
Yeah, I wouldn't say I was OG.
Well, it's like the original
Yeah.
like cast of On Air, basically.
crew. The original what?
The cast
The
of On Air.
pre-strict cast. Oh yeah, and on air. That's
Actually, no,
Yeah.
Keeney isn't
That's
here.
never gonna be a thing.
There's 6 of us. There's just the original. There's like 6 of us and 1 girl.
Will never end.
We're like an original Toa team.
Bye, guys.
I thought we're missing somebody.
Bye.
But
Bye.
bye.